History remembers Salem as a town consumed by fear, superstition, and one very bad case of jumping to conclusions. Everyone was blaming everyone, and honestly, the potato never deserved it. Then a few children claimed they had seen witches. The judges believed them, because apparently evidence was optional that year. Real history tells us innocent people paid a terrible price, but what if it, for once they weren't wrong? Imagine there really was something hiding in those woods. One curious farmer decided to investigate. Nothing looked dangerous, which somehow made it even creepier. Then someone stepped out of the shadows. The silence somehow answered more questions than words ever could. Gravity suddenly became more of a suggestion. Either he had discovered real magic or the mushrooms were stronger than expected. Whatever this was, it wasn't trying to hurt him. Unfortunately, panic usually runs faster than common sense. They're real, he shouted, which was exactly the sentence nobody wanted to hear. Within minutes, Salem officially lost what little calm it still had. Even the people who doubted the story started getting nervous, because nothing says good idea like chasing mysterious magical beings into a haunted forest. This time, something was waiting for them. Nobody had touched the lantern. The forest itself seemed to be inviting them inside. Every step made turning back feel a little less possible. Then the villagers discovered the impossible. These witches weren't casting curses. They were performing miracles. Everything they believed about witches suddenly stopped making sense. Then she spoke just 5 words. We have been hiding from you. And if witches had been real all along, humanity was about to discover its greatest secret. The witches weren't hiding from monsters, they were hiding from humans. For centuries, every time humans discovered magic, they tried to destroy it. Kings loved the idea of magical armies until the magic fought back. Eventually, the witches agreed on one simple rule: stay hidden no matter what. Unfortunately, you found us. Because let's be honest, every human's first question would be exactly the same. Can you teach us magic? Absolutely not. News traveled faster than gossip at a family wedding. Now, this is worth investigating. Gravity is confusing enough already. Within months, every major empire wanted one thing: find the witches. Some wanted friendship, others preferred kidnapping. That plan lasted about 3 seconds. The forest wasn't just alive, it was actively trolling everyone. We're never finding these people. Salem accidentally became the world's first supernatural tourist attraction. Humans discovered something even more powerful than magic: merchandise. We stayed hidden for 1,000 years, and they turned us into souvenirs. Eventually, diplomacy failed. Everyone decided they needed magical power before their rivals did. Science and magic were finally about to collide. They still don't understand the real danger. Because the witches weren't protecting themselves from humanity, they were protecting humanity from something much, much older. The witches hadn't been hiding magic, they had been guarding a prison. Thousands of years earlier, humans and witches had defeated something neither could stop alone: a creature that didn't want kingdoms, it wanted the entire world. Unfortunately, humanity's first response to an apocalypse was arguing. Then, history's smartest minds tried something nobody had ever imagined. Science and magic finally stopped competing and started working together. There were a few minor technical difficulties. Together, they built humanity's greatest defense. Then the prison finally broke. For the first time in history, nobody cared who ruled what. Turns out the end of the world is surprisingly good for diplomacy. Every invention, every spell, every brave decision suddenly mattered. Sometimes the greatest weapon isn't power, it's teamwork. Piece by piece, the impossible started becoming possible. Humanity survived, but barely. Some things never changed. The witches made one final decision. The world isn't ready yet, so history forgot. Today, most people think the Salem Witch Trials were nothing more than fear and superstition. But imagine if the stories weren't completely wrong. What if history erased the truth to protect us? Maybe some secrets are better left buried, and maybe this is one of them, although I still feel bad for that innocent potato. If real witches existed today, would governments protect them, study them, or try to control them? Tell me your answer in the comments, and I'll see you in the next alternate timeline.